Okay, so today we're going to do the SOL review material for 5.4, which is the unit on matter. If you open up your SOL review book and turn to the section that is for 5.4, and then turn to the first page with the questions. I'm going to read and then we'll answer the questions together, and maybe I'll show you some pictures and things like that. So, all matter, regardless of its size, shape, or color, is made of particles that are too small to be seen by the naked eye. Atoms are the building blocks of matter. So all things, no matter how big or small, they are made out of these particles called atoms. There are more than 100 known elements that make up all matter, and the smallest part of an element is an atom. If you remember, we studied the periodic table of elements. All of these are elements. For all of them, the smallest part is going to be an atom. There are over 100 of them. That's an important number. There are over 100 elements. So now let's take a look at the questions. The first one is, all matter is made of what? You'll find that over here. Number 2, blank are the building blocks of all matter. You'll also find that over here. The smallest part of an element is and you're going to find that over here. Once you've answered them, let's keep going. When two or more elements combine to form a new substance, it is called a compound. There are many different types of compounds because atoms of elements combine in many different ways to form different compounds. Some examples include water, H2O, and table salt, NaCl. The smallest part of a compound is a molecule. So remember, water is a compound. Water, ice, and water vapor are all H2O. NaCl is a compound. That's salt. That's sodium chloride. They're combined together. If you take them apart, they're not salt anymore. So let's look at the questions. Number 4, elements combine to form a. And number 5, the smallest part of a compound is a. Okay, so let's move on. Take a look over here. The smallest part of an element is going to be an atom. So this is gold. Gold is an element. And here's the gold atom. A compound is different. This is water, which is a compound. The smallest part is a molecule. If we separated this, it would be just 3 atoms hanging out. It would look different from water. It would act differently. It might even be in a different state or a different color. So you can't take apart this molecule and still have water. That's why the smallest part is a molecule. Okay? Do you remember the song? Element, the smallest part is an atom. Compound, the smallest part is a molecule. That'll help you remember. Moving on. A mixture is a combination of 2 or more substances that do not lose their identifying characteristics when combined. Okay, these are mixtures. You can see all the different pieces. If you didn't like raisins, you could pull out the raisins really easily. That's a mixture. We have another mixture over here. These are nuts and bolts. We've got this funny looking bolt here. We've got this here. We've got different shapes, different sizes, different functions. Okay, if you were building a bookshelf and you wanted all the bolts, you could pull all the bolts out. It would be pretty easy. Okay, these are mixtures. Another thing you need to know is a solution. Now, a solution is a kind of mixture. So all solutions are also mixtures, but not all mixtures are solutions. Let's read this right here. It says, a solution is a type of mixture in which one substance dissolves in another. I want you to highlight this word dissolves. Dissolves is important to link with solution. Let's take a look at some solutions. You know this guy? This is the Kool-Aid guy. That powdered drink in water, that's a solution. Sugar in water, that's a solution. This is the ocean. The ocean is salt water. The salt is dissolved into the water. Okay? You can separate it, but it's not as easy as with a mixture. So let's look at these questions. A mixture in which one substance dissolves in another is called a, there's our key word, so you know the answer here. Number 7, a blank is when two or more substances are combined and none lose their identifying characteristics. It can be separated easy. You can see the different pieces. Okay, let's keep going. All right, all matter can have energy added to it, so we're going to learn a little bit about that. As temperature increases, matter changes phase from a solid to a liquid to a gas. As its temperature decreases, that matter changes from a gas to a liquid to a solid. So you can answer this question. As temperature increases or as energy is added, matter will change from a blank to a blank to a blank. When temperature decreases or as energy is taken away, matter will change from a blank to a blank to a blank. All right, the next piece, we need to talk about atoms, okay? We learned that atoms are the building blocks of all matter, but atoms are made up of little particles too. You have the proton, which is positive, the neutron, which is neutral, and the electron, which has a negative charge. Okay, let's take a look at those. We have the electrons, which are going to be in these electron shells, and you have protons and neutrons in the nucleus. So protons and neutrons are inside the nucleus, right here. Electrons orbit in the electron shell. So here are the electrons orbiting around. Okay? They move really fast around the outside of the nucleus. So, the atom is made of 3 parts. Blank positive charge, blank neutral charge, and the blank negative charge. The protons and neutrons are located in the blank of the atom. Take a look. Protons and neutrons. Where are they? They're in the center. What's that called? All right, you now need to turn to the next page. I'm going to do some reading and then you're going to fill in that little chart at the bottom. Matter. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. Atoms are the building blocks of all matter. Atoms are made of protons, which are positive, neutrons which are neutral, and electrons that are negative. Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus. That's in the middle. Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus, in the middle of the atom. The electrons orbit around the nucleus. This is orbiting when you move around something in a pattern. An element is made up of only one kind of atom. So if you have a block of gold, all the atoms look the same. A molecule is made up of two or more atoms. The atoms that make up a molecule may be the same or different kinds. A compound is made of two or more different kinds of atoms. A mixture is when you mix things together. You can always separate a mixture. A solution is a type of mixture. A solution is when you dissolve something in something else. Keyword there, dissolve, for solution. Solid, liquid, and gas. Matter is found in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. As you add energy or heat, or take away energy or heat, matter changes state. So you add some energy, it changes state. You take away energy, it can change state. As you add energy, the molecules move more rapidly, so faster, and spread apart. As you remove energy, the molecules slow down and get closer together. Now what you need to do is you need to fill in the chart to show how matter changes state. You can use this word bank. You've got energy twice, and then solid, liquid, gas. And then you also, on the right-hand side of your page, you have some pictures of the molecules of a solid, liquid, or gas, and you need to label those as solid, liquid, or gas. Once you've done that, we have some multiple choice questions, and that's going to be in another video. Okay? So, fill in the chart, label the boxes, and then we'll move on to the multiple choice.